everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I played Renolock on the Wild Mode ladder, and I used a deck by a player called Mors Magna, who is a viewer on my channel. Today, we're going to be trying out a slightly different version of Renolock. It's very similar to the Mors Magna deck, in that Rin the First Disciple is also played in this deck, and I love Rin. Rin's such a cool card. If you can somehow get to Azari, just wrecking control decks with it is so much fun. But the issue, of course, is that Rin is a very slow card, and in most games you won't get to go all the way to Azari. Anyway, this deck is it's chock full of value. Obviously, Reno Jackson for the healing is very good against aggro decks. There's a whole host of different death rattle minions in this deck, which synergize with Enzoth the Corruptor, and another interesting inclusion is Skull of the Man'ari to get some demons down onto the board as quickly as possible. So, you know, this deck is trying to do lots of different things. It's trying to run the demon package. You've got Blood Reaver Gul'dan, you've got the Void Lord, you've got the cube in this deck as well, so it's trying to be a cube lock. You've got Possessed Lackey, so you're trying to get demons, trying to drag demons out of your deck onto the board. Yeah, and as I say, you've got the Death Rattle minions too. So demons, Death Rattle minions, board clears. What else have you got? You've got Kazakus in this deck, the healing from Reno, Corridor Creeper as well. So yeah, it's an interesting deck, some interesting cards. The question is, when you mash them all together, does it work? So we're going to have a look at one game featuring this deck, and we're going up against a Hunter. Now, Hunter's an interesting class to test this deck against, because Hunters can be very aggressive. They can put on an awful lot of pressure very, very quickly with a mid-range style of play, but those beasts can really add up on the board and cause problems. Of course, it could just be Giant's Hunter, in which case we're probably dead by turn 6. But Clockwork Gnome, really? Now this is interesting. Certainly don't expect Clockwork Gnome. So he wants spare parts synergy. So is this some kind of a spell hunter? Is he going to play lock and load? This is quite interesting. And this is the great thing about Wild Mode. You just never know what the hell you're going up against.
I wonder.
Now there's a secret. Interesting. So I guess the sensible thing to do here would be to tap first, see what we draw, and if it's Freezing Trap, we can throw a Mistress into it, get it back to hand. We're not too sad. Skull of the Man'ari is in our hand, and we have a Void Lord ready and waiting, so we can start to bring out the value from our demons straight away, and hopefully if we get a Void Lord down, we can start to overpower him. Got to be conscious of that health total though, and that hero power obviously. 2 damage a turn is, I mean, it doesn't sound like much each turn, but when you add it up over several turns, it's pretty devastating. Now he's thinking about something. What's he thinking about? He's probably annoyed about the fact that Mistress of Mixtures is going to get, you know, returned to hand on a Freezing Trap. He was probably hoping for a high value minion. Ah, plays another secret. Okay, so debating over what to do with his secrets there. Interesting. So this Hunter plays Clockwork Gnome and secrets, one of which is Bear Trap. So secrets, spare parts, spell hunter, is that what we're up against? with Lock and Load and Yogg Saron, maybe. You know, I've not seen Yogg for such a long time. It would be nice to see Yogg again.
Tonight, a tale of
Ooh, Barnes. Interesting. Okay, and there's the Cloaked Huntress. This is a Secrets Hunter with spare parts. And he goes face. Doesn't even want to get the value trade on the Mistress. He just goes face. Okay.
serve.
So if it's freezing, we do want Kazakus back to hand. Okay, of course, it's not freezing. Okay. Sludge Belch, a bit of a roadblock there. Next turn we have access to Siphon Soul if needed. But we'll see what he plays. Okay, so Secrets Hunter confirmed. Yeah, he's going to get value on his secret. So 3/3's filling the board here. What do we do? This is not an easy turn.
I wonder.
Skull of the Man'ari sets us up for Doomguard or a Void Lord. Kazakus Potion, it's not good enough to clear that board, but I feel like I have no choice. I have to reduce some of the damage down. Oh dear, Catrick. Oh. The Kazakus AoE potion would have been much better for us, but oh well. He's got to work hard though to get through the Belcher. 2 trades are required, and then we do get some healing from the Mistress. So it's not as bad as it looks now, but we do have to think about how we're going to get value from Skull of the Man'ari and when we're going to do it. Because on the turn you play it, it's very slow. You're not developing anything. Whereas with Void Caller as a 3/4 body, you are developing something on the board. It gets you a bit of tempo, as well as then summoning a demon out. Skull of the Man'ari, as good as it is over multiple turns, that initial first turn setup is very slow, and the question is, can you afford that against a hunter that's being potentially quite aggressive over the next couple of turns? Because I would imagine a lot of the damage on that board is going to go face. And yes, he does play Lock and Load. I don't even want to think about what hunter cards he's been able to acquire with that. Oh, another Catrick, of course. Well, we're now setting up. We're now setting up for Doomguard or for Void Lord. Void Lord would be the preference. It will help to protect our face a little bit more than the Doomguard. Another secret, wow. Can we assume that one of those secrets is Freezing Trap now? And more wolves summoned onto the board. This is getting quite scary. Even with my Void Lord on the board, we're still really scared here. Demon Wrath doesn't clear the board, it only does 2 damage. Blood Mage Thalnos would be phenomenal in a position like this. So I think the best we could do there was clear a little bit of the damage from the board. I'm going to assume that he doesn't have silence. I'm going to assume that he doesn't have deadly shots. Oh. Okay. Oh, hello. Well, he had crushing walls from Lock and Load, but Mal'Ganis there doing some work, and all of a sudden things are looking up. So I'd played a bit of Warlock on standard mode recently, a bit of Cube Lock actually, and just the lack of access to Mal'Ganis on standard mode is it's so noticeable. It's so noticeable. You know, look, the buff on these Void Walkers is look at what they're doing here. They're clearing board for me. I need to think about how to navigate this turn. I think tapping is sensible, and I'm not gonna go face. I'm not gonna trigger the secret. I'm assuming it's explosive trap. I'm not triggering it. Not yet, anyway. Oh, maybe I should have triggered it. I don't know. Oh, the Emperor. So at the moment, it's just a case of piling on pressure onto the board, so that when I do lose my my 2 health taunts, I've still got enough other pressure ready and waiting to do battle for me. Oh, we don't care anymore. There's Reno. We win the game. Okay, so Demon Wrath, pretty good there. Okay, has to be explosive. Yep, explosive trap. But look, we still have pressure on the board. Could have played Bone Mare. Could have played Bone Mare. It wasn't lethal, but I could have played it just to protect Mal'Ganis. I don't know. Does it even matter anymore? We have Reno, we have Enzoth, we have Siphon Soul, we have Sylvanas. I mean, yeah, what's he gonna do? He's out of steam.
Come midnight.
We have a respectable health total, protected by Mal'Ganis. What's he gonna do? Quick shot? Doesn't kill Mal'Ganis. Yeah, that's it. It's over. So it was a really fun game against a hunter, and what was fascinating there is our demons were doing great work for us. Mal'Ganis was doing great work. I mean, it felt like I was playing Cube Lock or just Demon Lock. Actually, it is a Reno lock, but we didn't need Reno. Rin the First Disciple wasn't used. We didn't even need Blood Reaver Gul'dan or Enzoth the Corruptor. So, in the end, we just dominated that hunter. His secrets were admirable, but didn't really get him the value I think that he was hoping for. And all of those turns where he was developing secrets, we were able to draw into demons, to draw into threats that we could use. So, yeah. Skull of the Man'ari, seeing some value there. I'm still not entirely convinced about this card. I know there are people who prefer to run Voidcaller rather than Skull of the Man'ari, because Voidcaller gives you immediate value on the board, or body on the board, that gains you tempo. And some people like to run both, Voidcaller and Skull of the Man'ari. So yeah, just I guess it's down to preference. And there's a lot of testing going on with this Skull of the Man'ari, and I'm sure over the next few weeks we'll see more refined versions of Renolock, and of course more refined versions of Cubelock. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave some comments in the comments section. Do tell me what you think of this deck. You know, what do you think of Rin, the First Disciple? If you've seen my previous video where I featured Rin, she absolutely wrecked a Dead Man's Hand control warrior. Azari came down and his deck was gone and it was over. So do tell me what you think of Rin. If you guys have had a chance to play Rin over the last couple of weeks, if you've had any good experiences with Rin, I would be very interested to know. So anyway, I'll see you guys again very soon for more wild mode fun.